equipment failures in many of your stations. What's happening? How bad is it?
Our situation has changed a little bit. We do have 3 new engines that came into service, and all 3 of them were in service a couple of weeks ago. However, the remaining of our fleet is still in very poor shape. We have 9 frontline engines. Only 9 of the 21 frontline engines are less than 15 years old. We still have 12 of the first-line engines that are only less than 25 years old. The NFPA standard states that after 15 years, those trucks should be moved to reserve status. After 25 years, they should be retired. We were fortunate enough Friday when we had multiple trucks break down. We had about 4 broke down at one time, along with the one that caught on fire in the station at Station 14.
Excuse me, pardon me, Chief. I only knew about the 2. Did you say you had 4 breakdown?
Yeah, we had a total of 4 breakdowns Friday evening in about a 2-hour period. The transmission went out on engine 11. Engine 4 broke down, but it was repaired on scene. It broke down while it was at the working fire at Station 14. And, of course, the Station 4 went down. And I think we had another engine that went down with some coolant issues because of the heat. We were fortunate enough we didn't retire the 3 30-plus-year-old engines, the 3 white engines that still remain in our reserve. So we were able to keep every fire station open. We had enough reserves to cover to keep every fire station open. Then as we got into the weekend, we ran into some problems with our ambulances. We had 2 ambulances go down. We only have 1 reserve. That put us in a pretty tough situation because right now, with the COVID surge, our run volume has increased with the COVID responses and transporting those patients on top of our normal EMS run volume. We sought the help of Bossier City, which I'm very thankful for our relationship with Bossier City. Chief Brad Zagone is a good friend. Every time he calls us for help, we help them. And when I call them for help, they help us. So I'm very thankful for that relationship. And they stepped up. They had an extra reserve unit. So we were able to get that 9th medic unit back up, Ballantyne Ambulance, which is another great friend and partner for us in the community. They helped with the 10th. So we were able to keep that up and make sure we had all of our calls covered with the normal 10 medic unit response. However, yesterday we got 3 units back up, so both of those units have been demobilized, and we are in Shreveport Fire Department ambulances on all 10 locations.
Chief, in a simple interrogative, how does a fire truck catch fire? What happened?
We're not sure exactly the cause yet. It usually has something to do with electrical wiring harness. We have about 6 trucks that are in the 93 to 94 range. They're quality trucks. And so they're right at that. They're already over the 25-year mark, should be retired. This truck was a reserve truck inside that station, and it's actually the 2nd truck that's caught on fire. We've got our maintenance crews doing a complete once-over on all of them, trying to figure out what this cause is. But a lot of it, Robert, is just, the trucks are old. And this didn't happen overnight.
Chief, let me ask you this. When you say Bossier is helping Ballantyne, are they actually making the calls for you, or are you borrowing and using their equipment?
We just borrowed the equipment from Bossier. We had our staffing on it. The Ballantyne Medic Unit had their staffing on it.
So when you borrow a truck from Bossier, is there a cost to us? And I would assume there is when Ballantyne does city ambulance fill-in, right? How much is it going to run us?
Bossier City was good enough to allow no charge for the use of the ambulance. They're just allowing us to use it. Ballantyne, they basically can charge for the calls that they make. So they're able to charge the insurance or Medicaid or Medicare for the responses and transports that they make.
What do you need immediately? The council is apparently going to take action later this month. What are you asking for? What are you proposing?
The immediate needs within the next 3 to 4 months, if we could get at least 2 more engines and a medic unit, that would be great. We do have the bond's going to hopefully replace some of these units. However, that's a little bit further down the road, and it still has to be passed by our voters. We do have some medic units that are being remounted right now. We've had them on order since January because we had it in our budget to remount 6. However, it's the timeline of receiving chassis. We've not received some of the chassis yet because of the impact on manufacturing of COVID. I'm sure y'all seen that, where there's a shortage of cars and things like that, and they're waiting on computer chips. Well, we use those same engine and diesel chassis that we put our box on for an ambulance.